Hello, everybody. As promised, here's the first full-length video from me and Mulan Drive. It's been a while. I understand. I did say August to be the first video, but yeah, it's a bit late August now. It's about the 23rd. It's the weekend of the 24 hours of Le Mans. So let's get back to the point. So today what I'm gonna try to do, and you're gonna follow along with me, is we're gonna remove the master cylinder and servo unit and get it ready to be replaced with the new unit that I got from the great guys in Australia, Mad Dat, where they got a whole bunch of stuff for the Datsun there to help you improve your Datsun. So check them out, because this is not sponsored or anything by them. I just think they just got good products. But of course, it's like I said, if you're gonna follow on with me, it's gonna be a learning experience. I haven't gone through anything yet, so I don't even know what tools I need, anything like that. So obviously, you can point that out in the comments and help. Also, we help me, we help each other, we help everybody else. We're getting this kit together and getting your old servo on. Obviously, I'm not sure if there's any difference to if your car doesn't have a master cylinder on it. I'm not sure what the difference is, what the different processes is, but hopefully there's some information there that you can take in and we can get this done together. So let's get to it. Let's get this all removed and then we'll go from there. Right, so I think first thing we gotta do is disconnect the brake lines here and here. But unfortunately, the light which I was using to set up the next shot, battery died. So unlucky on that part. So what we're gonna do is, unfortunately, we're just using the my phone, which is recording, to use as a light as well. Now, as some of you may have noticed, that the actual reservoir is missing. So when the car arrived, that was already taken off, and that's what prompted me to change this whole system. It just didn't want to go back in. It kind of looked damaged and everything, and it's something which I didn't want to replace. If it was in good condition and working when as it came, I probably wouldn't have replaced it, but it's something which I have to do now. So let's get this going. So let's have a look. I think that's a 10 millimeters, which of course 10 millimeters tend to go missing. So let's get that 10 millimeters. Ha, must be my lucky day. Found a 10. So let's have a look. No, not a 10. Oh, this one's a 10. So let's get this going. Hey. Now, this, as you see, when we get to fit the new master cylinder and servo unit from MatDat, the placement's different. So I probably have to get rid of some of these lines and change them to actually make it fit properly and make it look nice and presentable. But that's at a later date. So let's just get this coming off, and we'll go from there. Obviously, somebody's probably going to mention that there's actual tool to do this, make things a lot easier, but I'm going from the basis of what you might have as basic tools at home. Of course, this is not a professional garage setting. Now, what I should have mentioned first of all is, before you do anything on your car, anything at all, always make sure your battery is disconnected. In my case, the battery is already disconnected as it's sitting in storage. That's one. Now, I think the next one is a 12. If my... Oh no, not a 12. Is it? No, that's not a 12. Huh. Interesting. So, 10, so an 11, which is quite unusual, in my opinion. Of course, I can't find an 11. So what we'll do is we'll use an adjustable spanner. Get that going. Now, some of you might say that there might be some brake fluid left in the lines, but I can assure you that may be the case, but there's nothing there that will probably leak out and damage any paint or anything like that. I don't think there's enough to drip out, as long as you don't use the pedal. Obviously, it's like anything. If you add pressure to something, something else is gonna happen. So isn't that like that's it? There we go. That's coming off. There's that theory of relativity. I'm not very scientific, but there you go. Let's get this going. Now I could just pause the video here and get you off once this is off, but I think for a lot of people, they would like to know exactly, like myself, the amount of videos I try and go look up, and I can't. They do something that they are, when they're recording, you're like, great, this is good information, and then they stop, and then they come to the end of it, we're like, all right, now that's done, we're gonna do this. But you're like, well, what happened to step 2 and 3 and 4? So there we go. So that's everything. So let's go through this again. Step 1, safety of course. Make sure your battery is disconnected. Step 2, make sure you have the right tools. Though a lot of us if you have family members or something, tend to use your tools. Unfortunately, they go missing, so you just use with what you have. I better catch that. This one's got some fluid leaking out of it. I'll just bend that back slightly. And I don't have anything to block that off. Alright, that's okay. Let's get this. Alright. Should stop dripping now. And now we got to the step. So I'll just stop here for a sec, and then we'll refocus once we get underneath the dash and see what tools we need there to get the actually whole unit off. My plan is to hopefully get it all off in one, but it needs must. We might have to move the actual servo, the cylinder, slave cylinder itself, and get it off in 2 pieces instead of in 1 piece. So let's get this going. Right, now we're in the car, and the main focus is to, I think the first thing we've got to do is remove the pedal, and that should free up the actual linkage into the master cylinders. So once we get those off, we're able to remove the master cylinder. Another piece of advice I would also give is, if you're gonna work with anything on the brakes and you get brake fluid on your hands or anything, that I would recommend get that off your hands as soon as possible. Don't touch your bodywork, because brake fluid is very corrosive. It'll eat through your paint. I'll also say, nice thing to always have are long nose pliers and just some regular pliers in case you need them. In this case, it's hard to see. I think it feels like there's like a clip that you have to pull out. It's like if you used to like RC cars, they, you know, like a body clip like on an RC car, that's what it looks like. Some people, if I can get to it, I can get it out. Might have to use like a flathead screwdriver just to get that off. It's quite thick. So hopefully we can get this done in a couple of hours. Well, less than a couple of hours. It's like, here's nothing. If you say, oh, it'll take me an hour or two, add double, because it'll probably take you longer than you think it's gonna take you. But so far so good. Oh, almost had it. And there it is. And I've lost it. But that should be free. Ah, here it is. So when I say if you used to RC cars, that's what they look like. RC cars, they have these, they look like body clips. I don't know what in the automotive world, what they're actually called, but in the radio control, like RC cars and stuff they call them body clips. That's one bit. Is anything else there that needs to be moved? I might have to get a hammer to... Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Might just squirted brake fluid everywhere. Alright, I'll be right back. Just gonna get a hammer. Right, so I'm back. Found a hammer. Walked right past it. Alright, let's see. Where are we? Right, we're in the middle of getting this off. So all I do is I push the clutch in. It's easy to get to. It's a bit of an awkward angle. There we are. Let's use these long nose pliers. There it is. So I would say keep these. I'm not sure if it's in the new kit, so we'll keep these together. And what I'll do is I'll get a bag, label it so we'll know where it came from. Good. So now that's taken off. Let's go through. Let's find a socket. Right. Go for gold. 12 month. That's better. So get it. So we got a 12 mil ratchet and a long extent just to give yourself some room. Might have to exchange the handle if you don't bruise the knuckles. So what we're gonna do is get all of these off. On that one. Oh look, I found the 11. Hey. thing that I wish I did have right now is a pair of ratchet scanners. Would have been perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna mention this now. These are a lot looser than I was expecting. I thought they'd be really tight on there. Oh, one thing I can mention is that what needs to be done here is a lot of the electrics, like the lights, a lot of like the headlights, the only thing that work, like the tail lights, indicators, everything that needs to make it road legal, so we can get it taken through the SVA. And this is taking a bit longer than expected, so what I'll do is I'll stop now. I know I promised not to do that, but we'll stop now, get back to it, and once we get all the bolts off. Right. And we are back. Now, for some reason, I guess this has been on for a very long time. So what I had to do, once I got that last bolt out, I had to tap it with sorry, not bolt, I mean nut. Once I got the nut off, I had to tap the actual bolt head just to loosen it off a bit. So as you can see now, it's a bit loose. So what we're going to do, keep doing. Headphones users, please, I apologize. It's going to be a bit noisy for you, so keep the volume down if you can. I think what we'll do first is we'll get this vacuum hose off. That's easy enough. It's a bit of a MacGyver work here, but it's one of those things. It's what you need to get the car going. So get this loosened off. Yes, got it. Now we're off. Alright, let's try this again. So that should now, like so, that pops off. We'll get that out of the way. I don't know, this still looks brand new. It might have been replaced in the past. Don't look that bad, but again, we're going to hydraulic, so if the hydraulic doesn't work out, we still have the clutch cable here. Yeah, but again, I also bought another clutch cable just in case this one's too stretched out. But it does have some adjustments there, so hopefully we'll be able to adjust that. And this should, now, that's out. thing of life is somehow I make things difficult for myself, but we live and learn. That's all. If I had another pair of hands, I'd get somebody to push that through. Again, like I said, this is my first video. I should have been more prepped for this, but again, we live and learn, and hopefully we get better. We'll get better together. All right, we're back. Okay, figured it out. What was the issue? So, sorry I got it off before you could see it, but what I had to do was twist it, swing it that way, and now it comes out. As he says that, and it's still. Now that's the throttle cable. Let's get that throttle cable out there. There's vacuum lines. Again, I like making stuff difficult for myself, don't I? Sorry for the noise again, headphone users. And we have removed this old unit. As you can see, it is held on. Oh, let me refocus that camera properly. As you can see, it was held on by 3 bolts, so this was sawn off, and you can see the mess. You can see the mess over there. I'm trying to get that fitted, so a lot of that's going to be cleaned off. Oops. A lot of that there has to be cleaned off, and before we can fit the new master cylinder, so we'll get rust protection and all that kind of stuff. Oh boy, it's going to be a big job, so like anything, we'll learn together and we'll get it done. So let's get this out of the way. Floor, and back to me. Now, I expected to do more, but I would say, like I said earlier, is if you have a schedule, you're like, okay, a couple hours, we do it. I say double that, because you're going to end up doing a lot more than you think you're going to do to get something off. Your car might be different in some ways. Like I said, you might have just a servo, but it doesn't have a master cylinder or anything like that, or vice versa. I forget. So hopefully there's some elements you can learn, and hopefully when I'm learning to edit this, figured out how to edit this, is that I can compress it to something where it's easy to understand and get rid of a lot of the waffling on and a lot of dead air. So keep it interesting, keep it educational, and I guess that'll do it for now. I expected to do more today, but time is limited, and this is the only time I can do this. So what we'll do is, hopefully the next video we get the clutch, what's it, the clutch pedal off, and we'll get some other bits. We'll get that hole all cleaned up. With probably have to use a wire brush and a wire wheel or some sort to clean that. I don't have air compressors, it's in my garage, so what we'll try and do is do it as how you might have, what tools you have at home, and hopefully there's a lot of I'll be able to put in the description on all the tools that I use. But again, don't use that as gospel. It might be different for your car, because I guess back in those days, anything that fitted, they'll put it on, even if it's a different bolt or a different nut or anything. If it fit it. So keep that in mind. So thanks for watching. Hopefully I kept this informational, educational, and entertaining. Until next time, make sure you check us out on our Instagram, and if you have any questions at all, always hit us up there or in the comments below, and I'll get you some information. If you can find it, I'll try and help you find it. That's what we're here for. This is what I'm here for. This is what Moonlight Drive's for. Thanks for watching. So check us up on Instagram. So that's ml.drive, Moonlight Drive. Same again on Facebook. And yeah, if you need any information, any questions, I'm open to ask. If not, I can ask. I can always look it up for you, and I'll send you the links and stuff like that. So cheers everybody.